Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Accelerated 5-minute daily training. So today, let's pick up where we left off the other day. Let's see, today is Tuesday, so yesterday. Days are flying by, man. All right, well, we are back here on the 1 week chart for the Nasdaq, and we have continuation to the downside in the Nas. So what that means, now that we've got new lows, we can now move this weekly trend line and adjust it out, right? And so now what we have is additional confirmation of acceleration to the downside, right? So the market's dropping pretty hard. That's what I gather from that, and the fact that we weren't able to come back up and bounce that we went through before tells me that the market is very weak, and we are continuing along this path. So what to do, right? Well, we look for opportunity. Right now when the market drops just like this, I would expect a bounce. So this is not something that I would short. We've got a new low here. So now what I'm watching for is watching these two levels here. If the market really is weak and it's continue weak, any bounces that we get up against this level here, which is the 11,300 level, or here, 11,700, is going to be rejected to the downside. So now this is the, and then also as far as if we're going to break up through the most recent resistance, then I would be targeting this right here. And this is where I would expect some sort of reaction, major reaction, and then we could gauge again whether or not we make new lows, and then the trend is would be confirmed to the downside again. So basically what I'm saying is, because it's moving so fast, I would expect a bounce from here. The question is where. Your risk reward is lower down here, but there's always a possibility it could come up to this level, move down, and you never get in, right? So sometimes we want to layer our entries. It just depends on how risk averse you are and how you like to set up your trades. Again, if you think that the bear market is going to continue for a long time and you are not in it yet, you wanted to buy some put options or something, in my opinion, I would like to see it bounce back up here into this consolidation area and the confluence with this downtrend line here, looking for things to fail and roll over and move back down to the downside. I think that would be a good value play. Now, if we came back up here, consolidated back into this consolidation area, and then moved higher, that would be a sign that the sell-off is overdue or overdone. And again, at this point, our first area we'd be watching would be here, and then we'd be watching for a move to come back up here to the long-term trend line. So anyways, so that's kind of what I would do there. We're seeing extreme strength in the US dollar, which again should be putting downward price pressure on commodities and other assets, and it is not really doing so. Inflation is persistent. So let's switch over to crude oil, right? Let's see what's going on there. Okay, back to the weekly chart. Okay, so here's our long trend line here. Okay, and we have price acceleration to the upside, right? You can see that we tested that a few times. And then we have this vertical move here. So again, the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent, right? So depends on what you think, right? At this point, it seems like we're pretty overextended. This would be the third trend line acceleration here. So what I would do if I was going to go long, and I had strong conviction in this, is I would be buying near that trend line. And once we broke this trend line, I'd be getting out. Especially if there was no profit yet. One of the biggest things that are going to be to watch is this right here. This is the previous high. Let's go ahead and put this here. It just gives us a little more of a buffer. All right. So pull back to the trend line here. for a shot here, take some profit off, take half profit off here, and then wait to see if we break out and see if there's fireworks. But anyways, I'd like to see another move back down to probably this trend line here or within this area here. Would be I would feel very, very confident taking a nice solid long off there and getting pretty heavy for the market to move back up, since it's remaining so strong and so robust through everything. I mean, we just have failed oil policies, right? I think that we're headed to 150, 180 bucks. I don't see any way out of that as long as they continue to continue on the path that our current administration is going on right now. The only thing is that if there were talks of a global recession / depression, that reduced anticipated demand would put downward pressure on price, and at that point, then kind of all bets are off. But again, I would expect an overshoot to the downside, and then at that point, this trend line here comes in play, and I don't think that it reverses the long-term trend. I just think it puts a damper on things for the time being. So, anyways, that's my shtick today. So, hope you guys have a good day, and happy trade. See you tomorrow.